First, create a new mesh object assigned to our mesh variable. Mesh is a class rather than a model behavior. Next, add methods to set the vertices. And the triangles. We'll fill these in a moment. After calling the Set Vertices and Set Triangles methods, set the vertices on the mesh using mesh.setVertices and passing in the vertices list. Set the triangles using mesh.setTriangles and passing in the triangles list. The setTriangles method also takes an int for which submesh this is. Each submesh is a separate list of triangles. It's used when the model has multiple materials. Triangles at submesh 0 use the first material, those at submesh 1 use the second, etc. Since we're using a single material, use 0. Unity requires that this always be done in this order. First set the vertices, then the triangles. Now set the mesh filters mesh variable to be the mesh that we've just created. There's also a shared mesh variable, and the difference is similar to the difference between the renderer's material and shared material variables. Modifying the shared mesh changes the mesh for every object using it, while mesh doesn't, as it uses a copy. In our case, we're only making a single triangle, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to use shared mesh for now. Next, we'll add the vertices. So that we can change the shape of the triangle in the inspector, add a new private vector3 array to the class, and give it the serialized field attribute. Call it VS and initialize it to have 3 entries, one for each corner of the triangle. In Set Vertices, add the VS variable to the vertices list using addRange. We'll enter the values for VS in a moment. First, let's add the triangles. Remember, the triangles are used to join up the vertices in a model. In Set Triangles, add 0, 1 and 2 to the triangles list. This means the mesh starts at vertex 0, then connects to vertex 1, then to vertex 2. The index of each entry in the triangles list corresponds to the order in which the vertices are joined up, and the integer entry of the index is equal to the vertex's index. Call createMesh at the end of the update method, then go back to Unity. Play with the values of the VS array to draw different triangles to make sure you understand how the vertices behave. You should see that for some values, the triangle can only be seen from behind in the scene view and not in the camera's view. This is due to backface culling, and happens because we're effectively changing the order of the vertices. Going from vertex 0 to 1 to 2 only works if they are positioned so that the progression is clockwise. Once you have a triangle you're happy with, save the scene in the Scenes folder.